Welcome back to the Bass Flipping channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you. In today's video, we are going to be doing something that I absolutely love to do, and that is hop in this filthy old river here and try to catch some smallmouth bass. However, there are going to be a few twists on this video, first of which being this is going to be the first episode of a series that I created before my surgery called In Search of SmallSQUATCH. I already filmed this episode, but my GoPro messed up and every single clip that I had would play for about 10 seconds and then freeze frame, and you could only hear what was going on, which would not make for a good video. And it's super unfortunate because I did catch a 2-pound smallmouth that day. But whatever, if we can do it once, we can do it again. The second twist is, if you guys watch my Georgetown trip mini-series, you may have seen a little clip where I fished for about 10 minutes in one spot while Alex was tying up a Ned Rig, and I didn't get a single bite. The second that he cast that Ned Rig in the exact location that I had been fishing, he caught a 2.5 pounder. And then we started talking, and he was mentioning about how a Ned Rig is a staple in his tackle. He absolutely loves it. It's caught him a ton of fish. It's caught him a ton of big fish. And your boy, however, has never caught a fish on a Ned Rig at all. I have tried. It's just most bodies of water that I have around here are just covered with thick mats of grass and a lot of structure. And I would just make a few casts, get hung up, break off, bend the hook, and I would get frustrated and just switch to something else. But Alex gave me a few Ned Rig baits, and also to help me out and hopefully keep me from getting hung up on everything, he gave me some weedless Ned heads. So that's the challenge. We are going to be getting in here and trying to catch SmallSQUATCH, which I define as a 3+ pound smallmouth bass. My personal best is a little over 2, and my biggest out of this river system is right at 2. So it would definitely be my personal best, but 3 pounds or bigger, we're only going to be using the Ned Rig. That's it. You guys stay tuned, and let's get to this urban creek fishing in search of SmallSQUATCH Ned Rig challenge. That is a mouthful. Hope you guys enjoy. If you do, leave a like, drop a comment down below. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Also, turn on that bell icon so YouTube will notify you when I upload. And if you guys want to help me out just a little bit more, be sure to watch the video all the way through. Help me out with my watch time. Verse of the day is popping up on screen right there. It's glorious, it's beautiful. Take a second to meditate on the word, and I'll see you guys when I get in this filthy, disgusting river. Let's do it. So really quick, before we do get started, I figured I would kind of show you what we got going on here. This is the Ned heads that he gave me. They got this little weed guard here, and I mean, they seem pretty stout. The hooks don't seem like they're gonna bend out super easy. And he also gave me a couple of these little pink ones, and then there is that's the pink ones right there. And then he gave me some white Sakoshi bugs, which I'll probably be using, and then some of these like green pumpkin orange, or might be Alabama, yeah, green pumpkin orange finesse TRDs. And then I also had some green pumpkin orange TRD crawls. So that's what we're dealing with. It's not the best colors for this solid dookie watercolor, but you know, we're gonna give it a try. Maybe pink will show up a little bit, maybe white will show up. I don't know. The only way we can find out is to fish it. So that's what we got to work with today. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. It has been 2 days since I filmed the intro to this video. The more I sat and looked at the water, the more I decided that it'd probably be a better idea to wait, because it was so dirty, and I have no confidence in a Ned Rig because I've never caught a fish on a Ned Rig, and I don't think the fish would have been able to see it quite well. Don't get me wrong, when the water's muddy, that's actually one of my favorite times to fish the river, but I tend to use things with a bit more action, that make a bit more noise in the water, and can kind of get that reaction strike, and I don't think I would have gotten that with a Ned Rig that kind of just sits on the bottom. But we're back, and the water's still dirty, as you can see, but it's not nearly as dirty as it was the day before yesterday. So today I think is the day that we're gonna really try this Ned Rig out. And I see a few fish right now, and I do believe that they'll be able to see the Ned Rig. And yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know. We did end up filming a video the other day, which you guys will see after this one, and we did quite well. So the bass are biting. So hopefully they can see the Ned Rig. Let's get in there. I'm gonna start out with this little TRD crawl, because a crawl is what I usually do best in the river with anyway. So I know this isn't gonna be much different than your normal Texas rig crawl. The only things that I've brought with me is my Ned Rig stuff, a scale, some scissors, and that's pretty much it. So I don't have anything other than the Ned Rig. That's a fish, boys. We got one. My first Ned Rig fish, little tiny guy. He just came up and smoked it. Like it was coming out of the water and he come up and hit it. That is definitely a good sign. Definitely a good sign. Little tiny largemouth bass. A bunch of little spots all over him. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but yes, let's go, dude. Thank you so much, my guy, for being my first little Ned Rig fish. Now hopefully we can catch some a little bit bigger than this, but this is definitely a start. He was right on that weed line right there, if you guys can see that. And I kind of got to toss him a little bit, so I apologize for that, but there's no way down there. See you, my guy. Belly flop. There he goes. That came on the little TRD crawl, and it's in green pumpkin orange. I wish I could get down in the river, but I can't find a spot to get down in. I'll probably have to wait until I get down here a little bit more. But that's what did it. I am gonna also try to switch up and use different kinds of Ned Rigs. I'm not just gonna stay with the crawl the whole time. So I went ahead and tied on the pink TRD, and I know that looks a bit big, but for these smallmouth, I think the majority of them, even the small ones, they should be able to eat that just fine. And also, I don't really want to cut it down because I feel like that sacrifices a lot of the action. And I can see this probably about 2.5 foot down, so should be just fine, and we can still skip it. So we're gonna give this a good try and see if that's what the fish want. Well, I'm already getting bit, so that's a good sign. Like they're picking it up and moving it. Got him, got him. First cast with the pink one, and we have a sunfish. All right, first cast with the pink one. Man, they're gorgeous. Thank you so much, my dude. See you later. All right. It's not the species we're after, but feels pretty good to get a bite. All right, so here's what I went with. These Ned heads are definitely heavier, and they're also a heavier gauge hook, if you can tell. They're just not weedless. That's the only thing that I'm worried about. But like I said, to be honest, we are wading, so if we get hung up, we can just go get it. But I know we're probably gonna get hung up all day, and just that's what's gonna be so frustrating. But I did go back to this green pumpkin and orange because the green pumpkin basically looks black. I'm sure they can see that shadow in the water, and also the orange is kind of like a neon. So hopefully this will get them riled up and wanting to eat, because I really want to catch some fish. There he is. Foul hooked the crap out of him. I am so sorry, my guy. He's got like a weird spot on him right there. I don't really know what that is, but it's gross looking. It's like right on his fin, but he's still super gorgeous. Little green sunfish guy. See you later, my dude. There he goes. Sweet. Boys, we got another one. I just set this down right beside me. I didn't even cast. I didn't even cast. What are you doing, my dude? Buddy's mean. Buddy is mean. Another little bluegill guy, sunfish guy, whatever they are. See you later, dude. Yeah, so I definitely think this was the right call. All right, so for the past 35 to 40 minutes, that little stretch right there that we just came through, all I did was complain about how the Ned Rig just wasn't performing, and that's one of the reasons why I just never use it and this and that. But in reality, we're just now getting to the good waters of this stretch, so you probably ain't gonna see any of that complaining, because I'm not gonna put a bunch of complaining in my video. But we should be getting to the spots to where we might catch some decent fish. There's a spot right up here where both times that I've fished it, I've caught a 2-pounder. So we might get lucky and go for a third, which would be pretty sweet. Or maybe re-catch that first 2-pounder that we caught a few years ago and it be a 3. That would be fantastic. Get small squatch here. Oh yeah. Okay, so every single time that I fish this spot right here, I've caught a 2-pounder, and I've only fished the spot twice. But the first time I was with a buddy, and then the second time I was by myself filming the very first episode of In Search of SmallSQUATCH. And this is where my GoPro messed up, because I was explaining how this deep pocket back here, like the slack water on the other end, a lot of big bass will sit there and wait for things to come through this current and then try to ambush it there. And I would just toss this in and work it in a little bit, and it would go down the current, and I got smashed. And I just did again, I think, but I think he was small. But we're gonna pick this little section apart for a minute, because I've had the best luck here out of any place in this river. There's one. He's not big, but he's a good one. He's a fighter. I knew we'd get bit here, just because, like I said, I've always caught fish in this one spot right here. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful little creek smallie. Just absolutely love catching these guys. All right, go tell them we're here. Yes. All right, so that one came right out of the slack water right by that tree. And there's probably quite a few sitting here, to be honest with you. This is like one of the most stacked up spots that I've fished out of this stretch anyway. I always seem to find fish here. It's just a perfect location for them to feed. It's got everything. You know, it's got the grass line, it's got laydowns, it's got weeds over there, it's got grass over there, it's got the current, it's got slack water. Literally a recipe for big smallies. There's one. Yes. Fish number 2 out of this little pocket. Not a big guy, but once again, gorgeous fish. Got a little parasite on his tail, but another beautiful creek smallie. See you later, my dude. There he goes. Not a very majestic release, but sometimes they just won't give you that. Nice. Wonder if we can pick a third out of here. I wonder if you can punch through that nasty foam crap. You absolutely can. And you can catch a fish. That's a good one. It's the best one so far. Best one so far. Nice. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Oh, buddy's angry. Buddy's in acrobatics. Come on. Yes. Best one of the day so far. Heck yeah. Let's go, man. Let's go. I've never done that before. I've seen that nasty foam stuff, and I caught that last one kind of right beside of it, so I was wondering if I could like punch through it, if there was anything sitting in there, and sure enough, buddy was hungry. All right. Thank you much, my guy. There he goes. Right back over there into the same spot. Let's go. It's actually a good call on my part. I'd never thought to do that before, and because that stuff is like always here. I don't know what it is, that foam crap. I don't know what it's from, but it's always here, and I've never thought to like punch through it. I don't know why, because I mean, I know it's not heavy, it's just like foam. I'm gonna get right back down in there, see if there's another one lurking in there. There's no shade here, but there is a ton of current that leads out into a deeper pocket. So that's always a good sign that there's some fish there, waiting on some bait fish to kind of come flying down the current. So what I like to do is just cast it up in the current and let it just push my bait down. There we go. I knew there'd be one here. Is that a little rock bass? Or that's a good rock bass, actually. That is a good rock bass. Man, every single fish that I catch has these parasites on them. What is that? That's disgusting. All right, buddy. Thanks for the bite. See you later, my guy. I knew there would be a fish here. Just like I said, they kind of just chill in these slack waters and wait for bait fish. Fish are smart. They just want to go for the easy meal. Okay, so we rigged back up, and I threw on the TRD in the same color as that crawl because I haven't caught anything on this yet, and I think that's the only one that I'm missing. I'm pretty sure I caught at least one on the Sakoshi bug. I caught one on the pink TRD, and I caught a couple on the crawl. So this is what we're missing. There you have it. There you have it, boys. There you have it. So with this guy right here, see my guy? That marks off every single Ned Rig bait that we have. So there you have it. And if you're wondering what this little cable is, it's what's keeping you guys on right now, because I don't have a battery in the GoPro because it likes to overheat. But unfortunately, we did not catch small squatch today, but however, we did gain some confidence in a new bait, being the Ned Rig, and we marked off every single Ned Rig bait that we had. We caught at least one fish on each Ned Rig. And I'm pretty pumped about that. So anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, leave a like, drop a comment down below, and if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and consider hitting the subscribe button, and also hit the little notification bell so YouTube will notify you when I upload videos like this one. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.